Hello, class. Mr. Stone here. The lesson we have today, it's actually one of my good students yesterday had, let's get this pen going, pen. Okay, one of my good students yesterday had a homework assignment, so we kind of went over that. We made a few mistakes. I didn't realize that when I was on with the student, but afterwards, of course, I kind of review everything second or third. I'm kind of big on double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking. So I looked over it and I just wanted to do it again slowly with everyone because we did make a couple of little errors. And we can go over that. Okay, I'll start out. Most of the lesson was on slope formula, so I kind of put them on there. We probably should have wrote them down at the beginning on a scratch piece of paper so we'd constantly be looking back, rise over run, change of y, change of x. Because a lot of times, I'll call that a memory dump when you dump different little formulas and you write them down, okay? That way you don't make any little errors, okay? You don't put x over y or run over rise. It's rise over run because you're looking at that little piece of paper. So that's a good way to probably do different lessons or even quizzes and tests right at the beginning. You can't do it before the test starts, but as soon as the test starts, write in a scratch piece of paper. These little formulas you got: slope equals rise over run equals change of y over change of x. Okay, and it might help. At least we wouldn't make a few little errors that we did do. Okay, so I got them right here for you so you can look at them, screenshot them, and familiarize yourself with them. Okay, let's move this up a little. Whoop. It's copying itself. Okay, so let's see what the first one states. Okay, it says graph the function by plotting the odd pairs. Okay, so they give you some odd pairs: 0, 0, 10 125s, 20 250s, 30 375s, 40 500s. And they want you to draw a straight line through those points. Okay, so hey, let's do that. We can do that. Okay, so we get to this. Okay, pen. Okay, let's make this pen point a little smaller. Okay, because we got to write these figures. Okay, so we got the 0, 0 here. 0, 0. We put that in the slots. Okay, now the next one we got 10 125s. So that's probably going to be right around here. So we get 10 125. Put the little brackets around it. Okay, next one, we got 20 250. So we know 250's here and 20's there. So let's put it right here. Just making these little dots a little bigger. Okay, so we got 20 250s. Brackets. Okay, next one, we got 30 375. Okay, so we go up to 30, follow 30 straight up to 375. 30 375 is probably right about here. Okay, 30 375. Okay, that's it. Okay, now next one is 40 500. 40 500s. Little brackets. Okay, now they want you to draw a straight line between these. Okay, so hey, let's change this to a line. Okay, so we change the pen to a line. Regular tip. Change to a line. Okay, you got a straight line. Okay. Through the points. Label the area with the approximate variable quantities, okay, in units, okay. So they want us to label these with the units. I'm going to call this gallons of water, okay, gallons. They didn't tell us what to label with. Okay, whoop, I got to make this into a pen again. Pen, gallons of water, gallons of water, gallons of water, H2O. I'm going to write H2O for that. Okay, H2O. Okay, and this is going to be milliliters chlorine, and chlorine Cl, just so you know. Okay, milliliters chlorine. Okay, so that's what I called it. Now, include a title for the graph. Okay, milliliters chlorine to gallons H2O. Okay, so I labeled it. Okay, that's the name of the graph. Underline it. Okay. Now, what else? That's about it for that. Now, they want us to confirm the unit slope by drawing a right triangle between the ordered pairs 2250. Okay, 2250. Okay, right here, and the top one. So they want us to go right up here. Whoop, right to here. Okay, so they want us to do that. So we did that. Okay, now they want us to label the triangle rise. That's rise. Okay, pen back. Pen, rise. And that's run. Okay, rise goes up, run goes left to right. Rise goes up and down, and run goes left to right. So we get that. Okay, now they're both positives. Okay, so both positives. Okay, both positives. Both positive, POS. Okay, both positives. Okay, and now how are we going to calculate this? Okay, so here's where we made a mistake. Okay, we actually counted these as almost like on most graphs that we see. They start with 0 and go through 10, and they start with 0 on the X, and they start with 0 and go to 10 on the Y. So we're just counting these as individual units. But this isn't really like that. See, as you see, they kind of went from on the gallons of water, it goes to like 500, 600. And in the milliliters, it goes to 60. So it's going kind of the same, but it's like 10 times as much, each one of these, to each unit that we would have had. Okay, so we got to count it like that. Okay, so we had put down 5/4 because that's what we counted. We counted just units, and that was a mistake. Okay, we needed to count from the 250 to the 500, right? Which would have been 250 over 20, which would have gave us a slope of 12.5. And truthfully, if you take what we had figured out 5/4. You divide 5 by 4, and you get 1.25. So we were like 10 times off, only because we didn't do the units right. We didn't count on the y-axis. They're going up by hundreds, and the x-axis they're only going up by tens. Okay, so we did it a little wrong. Okay, so that's how it should be. Okay, and now it says calculate the slope using the slope formula. Okay, so to use the slope formula, what you do is you take, remember it was m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, and remember what I said here, you got written on that scratch piece of paper what I showed you in the beginning, the little formulas. You wrote that down, so you're not having to pull this out of your head. Okay, you can look back at that little scratch piece of paper and say, oh yeah, here's the formula, and you can just fill in the blanks. Okay, so I'm just going to use above, I'm just going to write this. I'll take these 20 and 250. Okay, those are the little brackets. And now I'm going to take 40 and 500. Put these in little brackets. Now above these, I'm going to write the x1, y1, x2, y2. So I kind of filled this in, see? And now I'm just going to take that little formula we get and let's plug in these values. So we got 500 minus 250 over, we got 40 minus 20 equals 250 over 20 equals 12.5. Same thing I got above. You see that? It's the same thing as when we counted the units for the rise over run to what we did here when we did the formula. Okay? And that's all there was to it. So that was relatively easy. But that's where we kind of made a mistake. We got this one right, number 3, with the 12.5, but we didn't get the one above correct. We had down 5 over 4, only because we counted these as units instead of counting them as 250 and 20s. Okay, so we just did it wrong by just assuming that we're just on a normal graph, and it wasn't. So that'll just tell you, hey, when you see something like this, you just got to pay a little closer attention. Okay, let's pull this up. Now, okay, let's go back to pen. Okay, now, a different jelly bean factory produces jelly beans at a constant rate. Okay. We're going to need another formula, okay, and they're going to give that to us. I know it's down the bottom because I remember seeing it yesterday. It was K. I'm just going to write it over here so you know it. K equals Y over X. If you know that formula in your head for constant rate, you can dump that in, okay? You can dump that on your little scratch piece of paper so you get that formula written down. Okay, well, let's go over what they say. Okay, what is the independent quantity? Okay, the independent one, okay? The independent's always going to be, okay? Let's see how we get this. Let's see, then the next one was dependent, okay? So the independent is always going to be on the X value, okay? That's independent, so the X value is time, okay? Let's get this going. Whoop, I got to just change this pen. Is time. Okay, time. In seconds. I'm going to write the word seconds, okay? Seconds. Okay, the dependent one. Okay, let's get this. I'm going to get my calculator thing up here. The dependent is going to be, and it says bags of jelly beans. That'll be the Y. So this is going to be your X, and this is going to be your Y. Okay? Bags of jelly beans. Bags of jelly beans. Okay? What is the Y-intercept for this function? It's 0. It's right there. See it right there? It's 0. Okay, 0. Okay, is this a linear function proportional? Okay, the definition of proportional and non-proportional. Okay, proportional means it goes through the origin. Okay, and this does, it goes to a 0, 0, so this is yes. Okay. If it didn't go past through the origin, it would be a non-proportional. Okay, so it's yes. How do you know? Passes through origin. Passes through 0, 0. Passes through 0, 0. Okay, label the plotted points on the graph. Okay, so they want us to put those marks. Okay, so let's see. This one's 1290. This one's 24 180. This one is 36 220. Okay, let's put my little brackets around each one of these. Little brackets. Okay, we got that. Now they want us to find the slope, A to B from the graph. Okay, so how we do that? You ready? Remember, you can pull out your little scratch piece of paper and let's draw a line. I'm going to draw a line for this line. So we go straight up here and then we go straight across. And then we got it. Okay, so now what they want us to do, okay, okay, they want us to calculate the, okay, y-axis. Okay, so let's do the 180. Whoop, doesn't really want to write. Whoop, I know why, because I'm in the pen form. 180. -24 minus 12 equals 90 over 12. So it's y over k equals 7.5. That equals k. Here's your formula right there, right above it. I knew they had it written there. See, it's written right there. Okay, k equals y over x, and that's exactly what we did do. We calculated the y over x for this. Show the work on the graph, calculate the unit rate using k equals. Okay, so we did that. Okay, that's it on that. Okay, now confirm the slope by drawing a point from B to C. Okay, so they want us to do B to C now. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so let's get this back to a line. Okay, they want us to go B to C, B to C. Okay, so I got that. Okay, so now use the rise or run. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and we go 3 over. So the rise or run is 3, 4 over 3. Whoop, I got to get back to pen mode. 4 over 3. There's the rise over the run. And that's it. We go up 4, and we go over 3. Okay, rise over run. Now, state the unit rate, okay, in a complete sentence using appropriate units. Okay, so on this, we went over, let's see how many seconds we went over. We went over from, I'm just trying to calculate the seconds, okay? So we went over 12 seconds, and we did 40 bags of jelly beans, okay? 12 seconds for 40 bags of jelly beans. So it's 40 bags. In 12 seconds. Let's double check that for the seconds, okay? So, time in seconds, we went 24 to 36, 24 to 36, that's 12 seconds. How many bags of jelly beans did we make? We went from 180 to... Whoop, C is 270, not 220, okay? You see it there? Okay? So C is wrong. It's 270. Go across at 220. So it's 270. So that means we made 90 bags of jelly beans. Even better. Okay? That's why you got to always look back, okay? So it's 90. Oh, it's 4 is easy to change it to a 9. So 90 bags of jelly beans in 4 seconds. Okay? But the 4-3 stays the same, so we got it. Okay. Now, write the equation of the function to include the definitions of both variables. Okay, so y equals the slope is 4-3. X plus, it goes through 0. We can make it 0. Yeah, perfect. Y equals a slope of 4-3. X plus 0. Let X represent time. And Y represents bags jelly beans. Bags of jelly beans. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one, okay? This one we got correct, okay? This one we did right. Okay, so we start down. Okay, now this formula y equals 3/7 x. This can have a plus 0 in here. You can put a 0. So we'll start at the origin. So we're going to have a point here. Okay, it'll be right there. Okay, now, okay, we're going to have a rise of 3. So we count up 1, 2, 3, and we go over 7. Okay. So we put it right there, dot. That'll be seven, 3. I'm just going to write it below here because I was just trying to figure out where I'm going to put my lines, okay? So the line, I don't want to put the line in between it. Okay, now the next one, okay? They say we got to have 3 points, so we're going to have 3 points. So the next one is 14, 6, okay? So we go up 14, and we look for 6. Be right about here, I think. Okay, so we call that 14, 6. Little brackets around it. Okay, now let's convert this into a line. Line. There's our line. Now, they also want us to put a line like this. Make the little triangles. Okay, we did the little triangles. Okay, now what else they want? Label all the points in that. We did that. Draw a line through the 3 points, and that extends beyond, with arrowheads that extend beyond the grid. So we got to go from here. We got to go straight up like this. They want us to do this. Okay, we got that. They want us to go down like this. and draw arrows. Okay, so we got it. That's it. I hate when they put all the questions kind of into the one paragraph. You know, you have to read the paragraph about 4 or 5 times to make sure you answered all their questions. Okay, include 3 points and 2 congruent right triangles. Congruent. Okay, congruent means identical. Okay. Okay, so you get the word congruent here. They get congruent up here. That means these 2 triangles should be identical. Okay, and that they are. Okay, because congruent means identical. Okay, now let's go up to the next one. This is kind of where we did a little wrong. Okay, we did this one off. Okay, I'll show you what we did wrong on this. Okay, we reversed the rise over run. Okay, so by rights, this is negative. Okay, this is a +0 also on this. Plus, okay, let's go back to a pen. So this is +0 also. So I'm going to start at 0 for my origin. Okay, so I'm going to start at 0. Okay, so when I started here, okay, I know it's negative. Okay, so what I should have done, you ready? I should have went down 5 and over 2. So let's go down 5 and over 2. Okay, we went down 2 and over 5. Okay, so it should have went down 5 and over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay. Now from here, I should go down 5 and over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Here's the next one. Okay. Now going up, I should go up 5 and then to the left 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Now from here, oh, nope, I went over 3. Nope, over 3 I went. Let's erase that. Okay, over 2. Now from here, go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over 2. 1, 2. And now from here, let's draw a straight line. So we go back the line. They want the arrowheads again. Okay, that means it just continues on. Okay, so now let's go back to the pen. Okay, now they probably want you to label these, which they do. Okay, so now that one's 0, 0. We know that 0, 0. Okay, we got that. Now this is negative. Negative. We know they're all negative because they're either to the left-hand side of the 0 or to the bottom side of the 0. That means they're all going to be negative. So I can put negatives for every one of these, so I don't forget it. Okay, negative, 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 negative. Okay, so here we got 2, 5. Back. Nope. Now we got for this one here, we got negative. We got 10. X. Nope. We got 4. 4, 10. That's what that looks like. Now we got 2, 5. Now we got 4, 10. And that's what that should look like. But you see how easy you can reverse that? Okay, that's why it's important to have it written on a scratch piece of paper, so you're always looking at which is the top one rise, is the bottom one rise, is the top one rise, you know what I mean? So you can look at it and you pick it up real quick. And we should have picked that up when we reviewed this, because we did review these. We went back over it, and we just didn't pick it up, okay? So, but like I always say, is never turn your test paper in early. Always be the last one, okay, to turn your test paper in, and hopefully you get a better grade, okay? And I think you will, okay, because you're looking over your work and saying, hey, did I make any little mistakes, okay? So I think that's real important. But here's the definitions that we used in this, so you can look at them again. And If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Recommend this to any students in school. It might help them get a better grade on their exam. Okay, thank you very much. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.